Hello students, today's topic of discussion is banking services. Students, in my previous video I told you about 5 types of business services. Those were banking services, insurance services, transport, communication and warehousing. In this video we will study about banking services. As I told you earlier in the previous video that the bank removes the hindrance of finance. Every business, whether big or small, requires fund for acquiring assets, for acquiring raw material and to meet other expenses. And for this, banking services are very helpful. Banking is a service industry which provides services to those who want to lend or borrow borrow or invest. For understanding the banking services, you must be aware of the meaning of bank. A bank is an organization, actually a financial organization which deals in money, means which accepts deposits and also lends money and performs some of the agency function. Agency functions means doing some activity, financial activities on behalf of the customer. For example, payment of bills, collection of checks and receiving interest, paying interest, receiving dividend, etc. According to Indian Banking Companies Act, banking company is one which transacts the business of banking. And what is the business of banking? Means accepting what? Accepting deposits. Accepting deposit. And for what purpose? For the purpose of lending to other people or for investment of deposit of money from the public. Means whichever money the public has deposited is used for lending, and deposits can be withdrawn on demand or by check, draft, order or otherwise. In India, banks usually have 4 major types of deposit accounts. Current accounts, saving accounts, which are known as demand liability of the bank, and recurring deposits and fixed deposit, which is known as time liability of the bank. Recently, banks have also introduced combining feature of these accounts as per customer and market requirement, that is called multiple option deposits scheme, MODS. So basically the types of bank accounts are current account, savings account, recurring deposit account, fixed deposit, and other one is multiple option deposit account, which combines the features of other accounts. The first type of account is current account. The current accounts are generally opened by the businessmen in banks. They use it for daily transaction. These accounts doesn't serve a purpose of saving the investment. In this account, the transactional facility is so flexible that one can make innumerable transactions in a day. That means there is no limitation on number of withdrawal and number of deposit in a day in this type of account. And generally the bank don't pay any kind of interest on these accounts. In fact, it charges certain service charges on such account. And in this type of account, generally a higher minimum balance is need to be maintained. In India, current account can be opened by depositing rupees 5,000 to 25,000. Earlier, there were the money can be withdrawn by the check only in the current account, but now the ATMs are also available for the current accounts. Another important and most prevalent form of bank account is saving account. Savings accounts are most popular kind of individual accounts for personal purpose. In this account, you can save, you can keep your savings. Saving accounts also provide some kind of interest, and saving account also provides check facility along with flexibility for deposit and withdrawal of funds from your account. That means you can easily withdraw money from your bank account, from your saving bank account. There is no need to give prior notice for that. That's why saving accounts are called demand liability of the bank, or these are called demand deposits also, because the money is payable on the demand of the customer. Now let us study some of its features. A minimum balance need to be maintained, and that is different from that varies from different banks. And on this saving account, interest is also paid, and on saving account no overdraft facility is there. Means you can't withdraw from the bank more than the money you have deposited. You can withdraw only that much amount that you have deposited in the bank. And on saving account, one more important thing, that there are ATM cards are available, net banking and mobile banking facility is also available, and checks can also be collected on this type of accounts. Another type of bank account is fixed deposit. Fixed deposits are also called term deposits because in it money is deposited for a fixed term. Students, you must have heard the word FD. FD is the short form of fixed deposit. It is a financial instrument where a sum of money given to a bank or company or financial institution, the receiving entity pays interest at a specific percentage for the time duration of the deposits. Generally, the rate of interest paid for fixed deposit vary according to amount, period and from bank to bank. But the interest rate in fixed deposit is quite higher than the saving deposits. These deposits are called term deposits because in it money is deposited for a fixed time period. These are not called demand deposits like saving and other. If someone wants to get money earlier than the fixed term, then that person has to give a notice, and also a lot of money get deducted. It is not so easy to get money withdrawn from the fixed deposit account. You can easily withdraw money from the current account and also from the saving account, but from when a person wants to withdraw money from fixed deposit, that is not so easy because the person has to give a prior notice to the bank. Some of the features of the fixed deposit are: the most important feature is that fixed deposits are repayable after the specific time period. For example, if a person is getting a fixed deposit for 5 years, then he will be able to get the money after 5 years. Although emergency closure can be done if someone needs, then by giving a prior notice and by following the proper procedure, the person can get his money back, but for this bank charge some discount and some penalty also. On this bank account, that means on FD, a higher rate of interest is paid, and this account also provide nomination facility. Mean to say, while opening this FD account, the person can nominate a person who will handle the account after the death of that person on whose name the FD is there. Recurring deposit. Recurring, as it is clear from its name. Recurring means which repeats again and again. Recurring deposits are quite similar to fixed deposit, but the major difference between the recurring deposit and fixed deposit is that in fixed deposit a lump sum amount is deposited once in the bank and we get that amount after a certain period. But in recurring deposit, the money is deposited every month. Recurring deposits are also known as RD accounts. In it, person can invest an equal amount every month, and that will be repayable after a certain period of time. In it, a depositor deposits a fixed amount of money for a fixed period, and the money is generally deposited on monthly basis, and the money cannot be withdrawn before the expiry of a fixed term except in certain conditions. Like in FD, you can't get the money before the expiry period. If you want to get money before the expiry period, then you have to follow some rules, and banks also charge discount for that. In similar way, if someone wants to get money from his or her recurring deposit account, that cannot be done by unless and until a complete procedure is followed. Also, banks charge some discount if someone gets the money earlier than the due date. For example, a person deposits 1000 per month for regular 10 years. At the end of 10 years, that person will get a huge amount, but provided he has to pay rupees 1000 every month in RD account. Some of the features of RD accounts is to develop regular saving habits among the public, and the main difference between the saving account and the recurring deposit account is that in saving account, whatever money you are having, you can deposit that in bank. But in recurring deposit account, you have to deposit a particular amount every month. And in India, the minimum amount that can be deposited is rupees 100 at regular interval, and the period of deposits is minimum 6 months and maximum 10 years. And the major difference between the saving account and recurring deposits is that in case of recurring deposits, money cannot be withdrawn. If someone wants to get money before the expiry period, before the maturity period, that person firstly has to close the account and can get the money whatever he has deposited in the RD account. In saving account and current account, you can easily withdraw the money, but money can't be withdrawn before the closure of the account. And the most important feature of RD account is that the banks provide the loan facility on the collateral of these deposits. Students, you know that for providing loan, banks demand for some kind of security, and on the basis of this recurring deposit account, you can get the loan from the bank. The banks can be classified into four major categories, that is central bank, commercial banks, cooperative bank and specialized bank. A multiple option deposit accounts is a recently evolved type of account. A lot of banks these days are providing the facility of MODS, that is multiple option deposit scheme. In this account links the benefit or combines the benefits of saving and fixed deposit account. The benefit of saving account is that the money can be withdrawn easily, and the benefit of fixed deposit account is that the interest rate is higher. It combines both features. In this type of account, a limit is set for the saving bank account as per the preference of customer. For example, Mr. A gets a limit for the saving bank account rupees 1 lakh. That means if Mr. A is having rupees 1 lakh in the account, or 80,000 or 70,000, that bank account will be treated as saving bank account, and Mr. A will get interest according to the saving bank account rate. But the moment the deposit in the saving account exceeds rupees 1 lakh, that excess will automatically move to the fixed deposit account. For example, Mr. A is having a balance of rupees 1,20,000 now, then that extra 20,000 will move to the fixed deposit account, and Mr. A will get interest on rupees 20,000 as per the fixed deposit interest rate. Similarly, in case adequate funds are not available in saving bank account, as I told you, now Mr. A is having rupees 1 lakh in saving account and rupees 20,000 in fixed deposit account. If he want to get and cash a check of rupees 1,10,000, in that case 1 lakh will be paid out of saving bank account and 10,000 can be paid out of fixed deposit account. In this way, this account combines the features of both accounts, that is saving account means as many withdrawal as you want, and features of fixed deposit account, that means getting a higher interest rate. The central bank is also called the apex bank. Central bank doesn't mean Central Bank of India. Central bank means the bank of banks, which is the most important and enjoyed an apex position. In India, the central bank is Reserve Bank of India, which is established in 1935, and the central bank has the right to issue currency, And the central bank, that is RBI in India, is the leader of banking system and money market, and it is also the bank to the government, and this bank is set up with the aim to maintain prices and stability in the market. Commercial banks are those banks which do the ordinary banking business. The ordinary banking business is to accept the deposit from the general public and providing short term and long term loans. And these banks also provide some kind of agency functions like collection of checks, dividend interest, and also doing payment on behalf of the customers. In India, there are two types of commercial banks. One is foreign commercial bank and other one is Indian commercial bank. Foreign commercial banks are those banks which are based in some foreign country but have a branch in India. For example, Lloyds Bank, Standard Chartered Bank, Grindlays Bank, Citibank, Bank of America, etc. On the other hand, Indian commercial banks are those banks which are based in India and registered under the Indian Banking Company Act 1949. And Indian commercial banks can also be classified into two categories, that is public sector banks and private sector banks. Public sector banks are those banks which are owned by the government having minimum 51% share in the capital. For example, State Bank of India, Central Bank of India, UCO Bank, Bank of Baroda, Punjab National Bank, all these are the example of public sector banks. On the other hand, private sector banks are those banks which are owned by the private sector, in which government doesn't have share, and if the government is having, the share are less than 51%. The examples of some of the private sector banks are Jammu and Kashmir Bank, HDFC Bank, etc. All of you have studied about the cooperative society in chapter number 2, and cooperative banks are also one kind of cooperative society which does the banking business. That means accepting deposit and lending money. Cooperative banks are organized and managed on principle of cooperative, that means self-help and mutual help, doing the help of each other and doing the help of oneself. And cooperative banks are for mutual benefits. It means it helps member and it gets funds from the public. Cooperative banks are the first institution which are government sponsored, government supported and government subsidized financial help by RBI, NABARD, state government and central government. Means cooperative bank receives help from the government and from the various financial agencies like RBI, NABARD. And the main objective of cooperative bank is not to earn profit. Its main objective is the welfare of its members. Specialized banks are those banks which cater to the requirements and provide overall support for setting up business in specific areas of activity. Students, as its name indicates, these banks are meant for special purpose only. These banks provide loan for doing import or export, for setting up small scale business, or for some agriculture or other activity. The example of these kinds of banks are Exim Bank, which particularly gives loans for export and import. Exim Bank provide the businessmen the required support and assistance for doing import or export. SIDBI, that is Small Scale Industrial Development Bank of India. If someone wants to establish a small scale business unit or industry, then this bank provides loan on easy term. And NABARD particularly provide loans for agriculture or other activities like handloom, weaving, fishing, and NABARD provide both short-term and long-term loans, and it provides loans through various regional rural banks